Okay, so this is a Waukesha case. And not surprisingly, guess who is involved in the investigation? Detective Jay Carpenter, whom we know from the Darrell Brooks trial. Let me read you this article published on October the 4th. The case against Sean Couture, the 24-year-old man accused of fatally shooting his grandmother 6 times at their Waukesha home in August, will go to trial. Waukesha County Circuit Court Commissioner Kevin Costello ordered that Couture be bound over for trial after determining that evidence supports that there's probable cause for the 3 criminal counts he faces. It says a 24-year-old man will face an intentional homicide count and 2 other criminal charges stemming from the death of his grandmother, who was shot August the 25th in their Waukesha home. According to online court documents, he resided in the house that his grandmother owned on Douglas Avenue. He made his initial appearance in the Waukesha County Circuit Court. This was at the end of August. In addition to the homicide count, he was charged with failing to comply with an officer's attempt to take him into custody, a felony, and possession of a firearm while intoxicated. So what had occurred was, after he did what he's being charged with doing to his grandmother, there was a standoff, and like this whole block in Waukesha was shut down. Several neighbors had reported hearing gunshots at about 8:30 p.m. on August the 25th that resulted in an hour-long standoff involving tactical police personnel. According to the complaint, he told the police that his grandmother had discovered a firearm he had purchased in June, precipitating an argument that quickly and violently escalated. He allegedly shot his grandmother near the side entry door and then dragged her inside. The Waukesha County Medical Examiner's Office, which performed an autopsy, indicated that Lovejoy, his grandmother, was shot 6 times. Couture then called his father, who was vacationing in Montana with his stepmother, to tell them what had happened. His stepmother then called police. Couture waived his rights and spoke to police while he was being treated at a hospital for a bite to his wrist sustained when a Waukesha canine police dog helped subdue him after police had employed a chemical agent to force him out of a bedroom and closer to the front door. I love me some canine officers. Police had made several previous attempts to convince him to surrender. They used drones to locate both Couture and his grandmother, who was seen lying motionless near the basement stairs. Oh gosh. Her body was removed from the home prior to his arrest. After executing a search warrant, police also found a semi-automatic gun and 7 spent casings at the home. So again, they're saying it will be going to trial. He pled not guilty to first-degree intentional homicide and failing to comply with an officer's attempt to take him into custody, which were both felonies, and a possession of a firearm while intoxicated, which is a misdemeanor. During the preliminary hearing in early October, it was this past week, Waukesha Police Detective Jay Carpenter was called by prosecutors to testify about the details of an investigation that began following the August 25th shooting on Douglas Avenue. The authorities say that he shot his grandmother, whose name is Nancy Lovejoy, and she was 74 years old. It says on that day she had discovered a firearm he had purchased. Jeez, lives with his grandmother. What a loser. He obviously had issues, and she knew about it, or else she wouldn't have been mad about him getting a firearm. The discovery led to an argument that escalated, culminating in him shooting her near one of the home's entryways and then dragging her body inside. So in court this past Wednesday, Amanda Marie Nimmer, who is the public defender assigned to his case, argued that the case should not be bound over for trial, but Costello sided with Waukesha County Assistant District Attorney Randy P. Sitzberger in ruling that the state has built a foundation for the case warranting further prosecution. Now, what's interesting is that the judge on this is Michael J. Abrahamian, but the defense is seeking to have another judge replace him, and she made that request this past Thursday. He remains in custody in the Waukesha County Jail on $1 million cash bond, and they have not set a trial date yet. But this might be a good one to follow. Wouldn't it be cool if they put our favorite judge on it, Judge Dureau? If they do, I might want to follow this case. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comments down below.